Oh my God, Rachel, we made it to another episode.
Can you believe it?
And today's guest is going to be super fun. Kaitlyn Rolls. She is Rachel. Tell us a little bit about her.
She is a blogger, a travel influencer, and her blog is She Loves, She Travels. And heck, I love and I travel too, so I can't wait to hear what she has to say. But unusually, she has also worked aboard a cruise ship.
I love that.
So I think we can explore both sides of the cruising and travel paradigm.
And before we get into this episode, what I just want to let everybody know is if you like what you see here, please subscribe and like to our channel. We really appreciate it. It keeps us going. And let's hop aboard this episode. What do you say?
Sounds good.
Let's go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us to Cruise Ships Explorers today. We have a great guest.
She's got the story. So let's get right into the stories.
Yeah. So, I mean, with your upbringing, how did that influence your passion for travel?
So I actually grew up as a missionary's kid. So I was kind of around a lot of locations, and I do think that probably played a lot into my interest of the world quite early. And so I went to school, I did all my steps, I got my degrees, and I was like, I still have no clue what I want to do. I just know I want to travel.
Yeah, and it's sometimes societal, you know, it's like you got to go to school, pick a career. Not everybody's like ready.
I went straight into traveling right away. I kind of went on the cruise ships originally being like, if I hate it, it's only 7 months of my life. If I love it, then it could be something else. And then I ended up being on board almost 5 years.
What was your first position on a cruise ship?
Like I hosted all the games and the parties, led the YMCA, and I hosted the bingos. My line called it cruise staff.
And what was the first line that you went on? Like what cruise ship was it?
I love MSC. I wanted to learn languages. So I wanted to work at a line where I'd have to use those languages. And MSC, if you don't know, it's Italian owned, but they're actually the third biggest cruise line in the world.
So actually you were a cruiser before a staff. So that led you, and it was more of an eye opener where you said, you know what, this looks pretty fun. I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Because we've talked to a lot of people. It's the same thing. They went on a cruise and then they were looking around and saying, you know, wait, I could DJ this. I could play in one of these bands. I can direct, you know, or MC. There were so many positions that different people didn't realize that they could actually make money and go on a cruise and do.
Because I remember sitting down with some of the entertainers and being like, let's be real.
Yes.
You're smiling because you have to smile, but do you really love this job? And so many of them were like, yes. And then when I applied, I originally wanted to go to the Mediterranean because I'd never been. We'd love to send you, but you can only speak one language. So
and how did you study the languages?
I sat down with guests. Part of my job description was like sitting down and socializing with guests. So it just started very conversationally. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the pool.
What was the first language that you tackled? You're like, this is the one I want to, Spanish. Yeah.
And do you speak fluently now?
I say like fluent's are really hard because I ended up I had an injury one season and was in a hospital in Spain. And I was like, oh no, I'm not fluent. But
Wow.
Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese are all Latin languages. So I was able to, whenever I couldn't conversate with someone in Portuguese, a lot of times I could speak in Spanish.
Well, that's funny because Rachel speaks Portuguese.
It's true. Like you can kind of travel all the European countries that use Latin languages.
You could understand no words in Italian and understand by their faces what they mean.
Yeah.
That too. Italy is unique in that respect.
Yeah, we just got back from a Mediterranean cruise and talking to an Italian asking for a large cappuccino in a to-go cup, and they looked at me like, you see this guy?
Hands are flying.
Yeah.
Italy was one of my favorite places, and I found the people to be amazing, you know, and they're so expressive and in a good way. Like, really.
Yeah.